Hello and welcome to this short video presentation of the paper where we are revisiting prototyping in 2020 and developing a snapshot of practice in UK design companies. So to start, what are the motivations for this work? Well, first, prototyping plays a fundamental role in design, and it constitutes a wide range of digital and physical tools and technologies. Research and prototyping seeks to generate optimal prototyping strategies and also new prototyping technologies. To capture and understand the effect of these, snapshots of prototyping practice are necessary. The research carried out in this paper provides a snapshot of prototyping practice in 2020. Previous snapshots of prototyping practice were undertaken in the 1990s and 2000s. These found three main trends. First, that there was some adoption of 3D printing, but this was mostly in large companies and not in small to medium-sized enterprises. Also, virtual prototyping technologies were up and coming, and these were found in some large companies but not in SMEs. And it was also found that prototyping was used to enable multi-stakeholder interaction, as multiple stakeholders were able to use prototypes as common intermediate objects to communicate their ideas. The methodology used to create the snapshot consisted of a survey which was carried out on 5 UK design companies. This was completed by a senior stakeholder in each company, and the companies themselves had varied remits. They varied from being manufacturers of bicycles to electronic design services. They varied in size from 5 to 40 employees and had turnovers that ranged from £500,000 to £3 million. The survey questions themselves considered when in the design process companies use prototypes, the range of roles involved in the prototyping process, the types of prototypes, including whether they're digital or physical, the materials they're made of, and the manufacturing methods, and how the functionality and purposes of these prototypes evolved during the design process. So, what do the results of the survey show? Well, for full results, I would encourage you to please look at the paper, as they're in greater detail. But an abridged summary is as follows. First, that iteration was prominent in all companies' design processes, with internal or client-facing reviews taking place, with subsequent design amendments being made. The results also found that virtual prototyping techniques are now widely used, demonstrating maturity of these compared to previous snapshots, showing that these were just avenues of potential. Widespread acceptance and use of 3D printing is shown, where previously SMEs had not fully adopted these technologies. The prototyping processes employed by the companies vary from all physical to all digital, but with most companies using a mixture of both physical and virtual prototyping tools, as each domain is viewed as having its respective benefits and drawbacks. It can also be seen from the results that prototyping involves a very wide range of stakeholders, and the greater number of stakeholders there are, the more iterative their design processes tend to be. To consider the impact of these findings, a number of areas were considered. First, the findings of the survey were validated by carrying out semi-structured interviews with design practitioners with over 60 years combined experience. These corroborated the findings of the study and also added that the uptake of 3D printing and virtual prototyping technologies were beneficial in that they afforded much increased capability and flexibility in the design processes, but they can also be used as a crutch by designers and can misplace expectations on the part of the client. Second, how do these findings fit with existing design models? Well, the design processes found in the surveys were seen to be highly iterative, which suggests that applications of descriptive design theories can be beneficial. Theories like CK theory recognize knowledge transformations as opposed to solely the evolution of a tangible physical artifact, and values elements like rationale capture. Finally, there are two ways in which the findings of the survey can be used to frame and direct prototyping improvements. First, in terms of the management of prototyping tools, and that designers could be supported to ensure that they select the right tools at the right time. And second, the processes from the survey showed many transitions between physical and digital domains. Accelerating these transitions can therefore improve and accelerate product development. Both of these elements will be considered for further work. Thanks very much for listening, and if you have any questions, please do get in touch.